Column is this galactic convergence of everything that I care about. It's a mission that continues my family's work in local journalism, and it is building a technology business that is solving problems for a lot of people. And it's a team of awesome, talented folks from all around the world. Anyone in the newspaper business right now knows that it's undergoing a time of rapid transformation and change, and that you have to look at any opportunity to automate and to create efficiency and to streamline process and workflows that historically you've done by hand. Hello, and welcome to The Brief. I'm Jake Seaton. I'm the founder and CEO of Column. This is the very first edition of The Brief, which is our virtual launch event series that we'll be hosting from time to time. So if you're tuning in today, maybe you just saw your first demo of our software this past week, or maybe you heard me talk at an industry event or in your state legislature about the value of public notice. Or maybe you've been following our journey since the very beginning, which started with my family's 5-generation newspaper company based in Manhattan, Kansas. But however you got here today, we're glad you're here. Column is a public benefit company building technology for public notice. We have an enterprise solution that helps publishing companies work with governments, law firms, and citizens through the complicated process of notifying the public. And we've also built a free public notice website that we build and maintain for the state press associations that have joined our partner program. We have tremendous announcements about both of those products in store for today. But before we get there, I want to take a moment to introduce you to some of the columnists you may not have met that make all of this possible.
I am Emily, and I am the team lead of the customer support team here at Column. So we primarily assist advertisers and publishers as they are using Column's tool. So this means working one-on-one with those individuals, making sure that they are equipped with all of the resources that they need to use our app, kind of handling off one-off issues, communicating with our dev team and our product team and making sure that advertisers and publishers are connected with the members of our team that they need to resolve issues that they encounter.
I'm Kade Hill. I am the implementation specialist team lead. We are in charge of configuring the technology. We do things like creating notice templates where we create questionnaires that turn the advertisers' answers into what they would typically see in a paper. We do custom branding and logos, as well as custom affidavits.
My name is Megan Villanueva, and I am a product manager. So the product team is responsible for growing the core public notice product in a way that continually delivers value to our customers. We are the team responsible and accountable for the prioritization, implementation, and outcomes of product improvements.
Hello, everyone. My name is Teresa, and I am a software engineer on the core dev team here at Column. Our team essentially builds features that publishers find useful, and this process is enabled by our product team, who goes out and does publisher interviews. They talk to a bunch of publishers around how their typical workflows are. So, for example, how do they handle invoices? How do they handle affidavit flows, typically? And then they write the requirements for us, and we build the features.
All right, thank you, team. So as you can see, we've got a great group of people here working to build something really special at Column. Today, we're a globally distributed team of over 50 people spread across 4 different continents. And members of that team have joined us from careers at major media companies, federal and state government, and even Fortune 100 technology companies. But the main thing that has driven our growth over the past year has been the trust and support of our publishing partners and the real value that our products have created for the real people who use them. Since our launch in 2020, we've brought on an amazing roster of partners, big and small, including folks like Ogden Newspapers, Media News Group, WIT Communications, The Washington Post, Cherry Road Media, Adams Publishing Group, Lee Enterprises, and of course, the Manhattan Mercury, where this all began. Our rapid growth is the reason that we're able to host events like today and launch groundbreaking new features and services for our partners. My favorite thing about building software is that we can solve a problem once, and that solution is instantly available for every single person using our platform. So, with that in mind, let's get to it. So as we were getting started trying to help people do public notice, we found that a lot of the state press associations had created centralized resources for state governments and for their communities, where they'd rounded up all their members and gotten them to upload every notice that gets distributed to a statewide database. And so we made that our free product, which, because the cost of developing databases and websites has come down so substantially in recent years, the ability to provide that as an initial way to get folks exposed to Column and to build a working relationship with the policy advocates in the space has been a really good thing for us. And we've now rolled that out across about 15 different states in partnership with about 12 different state press associations, starting with Kansas, where the Kansas Press Association took a chance on us at a time when we were just getting started and really leaned in and said that they wanted to get all their members using this technology. And so that's been, for us, I think, a really great way to bridge the gap between the solution that we're providing for these media businesses and their communities, while also trying to help play a role in the public policy conversation.
My name is Leo Henschker, and I am the CTO here at Column. And I'm excited to really tell you all about how we are using the most cutting-edge work in both natural language processing and computer vision to make the experience of uploading to statewide sites and engaging with statewide sites better than it ever has been before. So on this first note related to kind of user experience of the statewide sites, there's really two big updates that we've made. The first is we have released a significant update to our auto tagging algorithm for notices flowing through Column. Every single notice that is uploaded to a statewide site hosted by Column leverages natural language processing algorithms that we wrote to assign a category to it. This materializes in this kind of search bar that you see on the left-hand side here that lets you segment notices by type. And importantly, this lets folks differentiate between things like vehicle auctions, estate sales, foreclosures, and what have you. And this all happens automatically with no need for any work on part of publishers or the press association. We have algorithms that do this behind the scenes. And this enhanced feature after this recent release is now 99% accurate for all sorts of different types of notices like change of names, abandoned vehicles, and more. And we're really excited as we believe this makes the sites that we have significantly more usable and advanced than what we're seeing with some of the government websites who are seeking to do the same thing. And the second change that we've made along this same vein is to actually extract more information from all the notices that are uploaded to Column. In particular, we've now been rolling out a mapping feature to any association that is interested that shows where geographically the public notices we are processing are related to. We do this by automatically extracting locations for public notices that have an inherent addressable attribute, like notice to creditors or foreclosures, and then piping them into this map view that you see here. And I think what we're particularly excited about on this front is it takes the information contained in public notice out of the realm of just text and actually lets people see exactly what relates to their own lives, to their own communities. And again, we think really reinforces this idea that the reason to work with Column and the print industry in this work in managing these public notices is because we are making the experience of engaging with this information more valuable and better than the government ever could. And lastly, I want to talk about features we're releasing to make it easier for members of press associations to upload information to these statewide websites. We know that there's a lot of folks who are able to manage XML feeds that will send structured text with a bunch of tagged information to Column and get really perfectly formatted data onto these statewide sites. But there's also members who aren't able to and may not have the technology resources to manage that full upload pipeline. And in this instance, we've actually built out computer vision algorithms that only need the printed page from these publications and will automatically segment out the portions that contain public notices. So previously, when you were working with Column or other providers, the entire page would go up on the site. So if you sent an entire printed page, that entire printed page goes on your press association site unless you have someone manually draw a box around it. But now with this update that we've done here, this happens automatically at incredibly high accuracy. So rather than having a confusing search experience where sometimes a search term might match against a classified ad section, and sometimes it might match against the public notices, now this clipping algorithm that we've built out ensures that if you're searching in column, you're only going to be searching against public notices. And importantly, if you have members who don't have the resources to upload anything but that full page, their notices will still get on the column hosted website. And so that's what we've been working on. I think in both of these instances, we're really excited to kind of better support the users of these end sites, the people in communities who rely on public notice data, as well as publishers, to make it easier and simplify the process of getting their notices onto this statewide site.
Our affidavit process was very manual. My reps prior to Column was at least setting off a day or even a portion of their day every morning to process any expired notifications that needed to go out. We know that it's always been a time-consuming process. Having a full automation has always been our main goal and our end game. It allows us to have more flexibility, allow the advertiser to also receive those affidavits in a much more timelier fashion.
Hello everyone, I am Lori Boley and I lead the enterprise work at Column. As we are scaling up our public notice solution, I help build our partnership with major media companies in the US and around the world. Before Column, I served as the Vice President of National Classified Sales at Gannett, which included oversight of a centralized sales channel structure of 330 employees responsible for emerging products and platforms across obituaries, classified categories including real estate and auction, and public notice. Needless to say, I've seen up close and through my career the pain that comes along with the public notice process. It's one of the reasons why I joined Column, to help bring our public notice solution to the forefront for publishers. Today's announcement shows how Column's solution is going one step further in reducing the operational burden of public notice by now offering an efficiency to help handle and manage affidavits. I am now going to pass the mic to Bo, who has more information to share about this new service offering.
Thanks, Lori. Hi, I'm Bo, an engineer at Column and a former corporate lawyer who's worked very closely on developing this feature. I know firsthand some of the headaches associated with wrangling affidavits and notarizations, which is why I'm very excited to help launch our affidavit service. This is what you need to know. Our goal is to eliminate your manual processes involved in producing electronically signed affidavits. If you use Column, we'll do the work for you. Our goal is to eliminate your manual processes involved in producing electronically signed affidavits. If you use Column, we'll do the work for you. If you service jurisdictions that accept electronically signed and notarized affidavits, you can shift all the affidavit work to Column and take back your time. What this means is the printing, signing, scanning, uploading, all of that can be removed from your workflow. With Column's automated affidavit feature, you don't do the actual work anymore, you just review it. We'll hear from Kevin at Restoration News Media about the recent pilot program embarked upon with Column to help automate the verification, signing, and notarization steps of the affidavits process.
We've been working with Column for the past couple of years. Prior to us coming to Column all together, we had a full-time position dedicated to this, and Since going to Column, we were able to kind of redirect that position somewhere else. The individual that I have dealing or had dealing with that actually works in our business office now, and she is able to redirect her time more towards other business office actions, billing, and payments that are coming in, but also allows us to look at some additional revenue generating opportunities that we can utilize this person for in the business. I would tell people look at it because it'll save you time, it'll save you money, I believe. On the back end, it'll allow you to redirect your staff and reorganize to where you can push them to maybe make that a revenue generating position somewhere within the company, however you decide to do that. But it also takes the weight off your shoulders and really kind of puts it back on Column, because Column is end to end. They will take care of it. Even from the customer service side, dealing with any questions or concerns that may come up, to the very end now with affidavits. There's not really anything else better you could ask for from that perspective.
So, how can your organization take advantage of this new functionality? It is currently available in jurisdictions that permit electronic notarization. Our team has conducted extensive research on areas that qualify. So, please fill out the form below if you're interested, and our team will be in touch.
Well, that's all the announcements that we have for folks today. We really appreciate everyone tuning in and learning more about our latest improvements. The things that we launched today are really the result of the great feedback that we constantly get from all of you, our community of users, partners, and supporters. My other favorite thing about building a software company is that by focusing exclusively on one thing, in this case, public notice, the pace of innovation gets faster and faster over time. And as we grow and build and make mistakes and learn, we are reinvesting in ourselves and our technology, and our products will get better faster than anything else out there. So you'll have to tune in next time to keep up. That's The Brief. I'm Jake. I'll see you all soon.